fellow countrymen and women of the Republic of Sierra Leone, our international partners, the United States of America, the British, as well as the European Union. I want to take this opportunity to welcome the new ambassador of the United States of America to Sierra Leone, Mr. Brian David Hunt, who was appointed on July 27, 2023, and presented his credential to Sierra Leone on the 11th of September 2023. We want to welcome you to Sierra Leone, Mr. Ambassador. We also want to take the opportunity to thank former Ambassador Mr. David Dale, who also was appointed in December 22, 2020, presented his credential to the government of Sierra Leone on March 24, 2021. Mr. David Dale, we want to thank you for all the work that you have done on behalf of the United States of America to the people of Sierra Leone. You have shown what America stands for, and you have left a legacy in the minds of Sierra Leoneans because you have stood for democracy and the value for human rights. The people of Sierra Leone will continue to appreciate your legacy, and we pray that and hope that the new ambassador, Mr. Brian David, will follow suit and also leave a legacy of his own. First of all, let me read the values in which the United States of America has always been promoting across the globe. The protection of fundamental human rights was a foundation stone in the establishment of the United States of America over 200 years ago. Since then, a central government of the U.S. foreign policy has been the promotion of respect for human rights as embodied in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Supporting democracy not only promotes such fundamental American values as religious freedom, workers' rights, but also help create a more secure, stable, and prosperous global arena in which the United States can advance its national interest. In addition, democracy is one national interest that helps to secure all the others. Democratically governed nations are more likely to secure peace, data aggregation, expand open markets, and promote economic development. Mr. Ambassador, as you have resumed and take over the work of your former ambassador, we want you to look into the troubles that are in front of you today. But before I continue to send my message to you, I just want to remind you that Sierra Leone, the people of Sierra Leone are going through hard times. And the recent election, according to international observers, there was no transparency, there was no freedom. Institutions that we are supposed to protect the credibility of our elections have been compromised. The judiciary have been compromised. The police force have been compromised. The military have been compromised. And within those forces, we have special forces who are working on behalf of the coup leader, Julius Maada Bio, who have recently made a coup against our constitution and our election. All international observers have made it very clear that even though he has been sworn in as a president of Sierra Leone, there are some doubts in the minds of our international observers, and there are some questions that need to be answered. Upon several attempts to call Julius Maada Bio to respect those calls, he has refused, and he said to himself that he is the leader. Whether you like it or not, Sierra Leone is a sovereign state, and nobody, under any circumstance, not the Americans, not the British, not the European, have the right to question his legitimacy. That was the challenge he threw to the US government and all international observers who came to Sierra Leone to help us so that we can have a free, fair, and a transparent election. Upon every effort that has been given to him with former ambassador and many other international community observers, Maada Bio has refused to yield. Instead, he has continued to spend money to bribe members of the African Union. He has also been working very hard in order to get his way through some of international partners, channeling some few people who have different connections into different institutions across the world. That's what he has been doing here. He has continues to do so. The people of Sierra Leone are crying for help. They need help. Our democracy has been tampered with. Our freedom has been taken away from us. We Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora are the only voice for our people in Sierra Leone. And we have used this voice peacefully in order to communicate to the world that Sierra Leone is increasingly going through the dark days of our 10-year-old senseless civil war. And we don't need that. This is the reason why we need your help. We need the strength of the American government and all our international partners to make sure that Maada Bio do not enjoy the privileges under any circumstance until he listens to the call of the people of Sierra Leone and also you, the international community partners. I just want to give you some example of what kind of democracy we have been enjoying. Let me quote from our former president, His Excellency Dr. Annie Bai Koroma. Yesterday, he had a meeting with some African leaders in which he made a case about the recent coups that are happening in Syria, across Africa. And he said, coups are as a result of failed democratical institutions. You cannot underestimate those statements. We have seen across Africa, many coups have been taking place, not only in resentment of foreign countries, but also because of undemocratic governments, leaders who have tried to change constitution to prolong their terms in office, those who have cheated on elections to make their ways. These are the main reasons why we have seen the increase in coups in Africa. And you have seen popular support from the people of those countries. It's not because they enjoyed it, it's just because they are powerless and they needed people to come and stand for them, and the military was the only option. In Sierra Leone, we have tried numerous times not to go through that path. And Maada Bio and his